This is called lot fit and D restrictions. So this is a live deal. Um, but basically, I'm about to do a lot fit to try to see if this project, like if we have a plan that can fit these lots. All right. So this is a live deal. All right. So before I even get started, I want to look at the HOA rules or the D restrictions. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Um, so one of the most important things you want to check for, or do you have to put masonry, which is basically bricks, or can you put siding on the front or the sides of the properties? Sometimes some communities they require you do just the front, and if it's a two-story, they might say you got to do the bottom has to be brick, and then it can be like 50% on the second floor. But typically, most subdivisions they require at least 100% front brick masonry on the first floor, and some of them get a little fancy and they say you got to do three side bricks. So it's really important to look into that. So okay, so this is a really important one right here. Dwelling size: the minimum square foot of total living area must be at least 1,600 square feet, and that is excluding porches and garages. So that means I have to build a house that's a minimum of 1,600 square feet. Okay, this is also important right here too. This is really important. All right, so setbacks, that's really important. Okay, if no setback is shown on the subdivision plat, then the minimum setback should be 25 feet in the front, from the front building line, 5 feet on the sides, and 15 feet from the rear lot line. That basically means that the house has to be built 25 feet away from the front build line, the front lot line, and it has to be 15 feet, at least 15 feet away from the rear lot line, and 5 on each side. All right, so with that in mind, what we're gonna do is let's get on our Google Earth. It's one of the best tools to look at. So what I'm gonna do is basically try try to draw my lot line. All right. So what I'm gonna do is measure this lot. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure this lot. Usually this it pops up, but for some reason it's not. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do a path. So in this, I'm gonna do the front build line, 25 feet. So I'm gonna measure it in feet. All right. So let's see. So it said 25 feet in the front. So this is my build line right about here. Okay. So again, this is reserved for, that's the front build line, okay? The back build line was 15 feet. So the back build line is gonna be 15 feet, all right? So 15 feet from the back. Then we'll take this last one and we'll do the 5 feet build lines on the side. So here, 5 feet. Okay. All right. Let's do 5 feet. Okay, that's cool. And then we'll do another 5 right here. Okay. It's all gonna come in handy in a second. Okay, the lot is 50 feet wide. You subtract the setbacks, which mine is 5 and 5, so that's 10. So 50 feet wide lot, that means I can fit a 40-foot wide product on there. So I already have a 40-foot wide product, so I want to make sure that it's deep enough to fit on that lot. So, or it's not too deep. So this lot is 100 feet deep, 120 feet deep. If it's a 25-foot build line in the front and a 15-foot in the back, that means the width of the house or the depth of the house has to be less than 80 feet. So for instance, I have one plan here. I'm looking at it now. It's 70 feet deep. So that means it'll fit because less than 80. So that just tells me right there that I have a plan that can fit on that. So that means 70 feet is roughly, let's see, okay. So this is my build line. Then that means the house will be like right here. Then it go back 70 feet. Okay. So as you can tell, it has a decent backyard. And I mean, just for fun, I'll just show what this looks like. And so I'm just gonna fit it on that lot. So like, okay, here we go. So you're looking at the house, this is what it would look like basically on that lot. So this is the build lines. And you see it's hitting my corners. That's the front. Then that's the back. And that's basically how it would look on that. And this is a 2,000 square foot plan too, so it'll fit perfectly on there. And this is what you call a lot fit. This is exactly how the house would fit on the lot. So that's it. So it does fit. So, and they have a decent, so this is 25 foot. The driveway will be right here. But you can look at this house too and see, okay, that's a long driveway. It's basically the same depth of that house. And then they got a decent little backyard in the back. So that lot works. Okay.